Yo guys, welcome back to CP Gaming with another episode of my WCW TEW Revival. We have made it to the pay-per-view. The Great American Bash is here. We have had a very good time of it since the Big Bang. We started off with a 68 show rating. Our very first Nitro was a 70. We got better at 71. We then got a sellout at 77. And the last Nitro you guys saw was a 79. That is where we need to keep going. Keep moving forward. And as you can see, the viewers are there. 542, 539, 517. And 517,000. Let's keep moving in that direction. We have hit that pay-per-view. Hopefully you guys are ready for this. So without any more baffling from me, let's get into the show tonight. We kick off in front of 18,165 people at the American Airlines Arena. In the pre-show bout, they had TEW wrestling a non-existent crowd heat. CM Punk and the Prototype defeated Nasty Boys when the Prototype pinned Jerry Sags with a Blue Thunder side. The Prototype was the weak link. Wrestling rating 39, crowd rating 19, segment rating 45. CM Punk and the Prototype have absolutely zero chemistry. That's good to know right now. Prototype 24, CM Punk 45, Brian Dobbs 40, Jerry Sags 47. Good win there for CM Punk and the Prototype. Once again, the Nasty Boys jobbing out. We're then moving to a poor pre-show Wild Brawl where Chris Candido defeated Fit Finlay in 11 minutes 32 by pinfall with a diving headbutt. 45 segment rating, 30 crowd rating, and a 49 segment rating. 47 for Candido, 42 for Finlay. Good, solid performance from both guys in a Wild Brawl. And then we move into the third and final pre-show, where we have Subpar Wrestling Little Heat. Christopher Daniels defeated Shannon Moore, 15 minutes by pinfall with a sit-out pedigree. Wrestling rated 49, crowd rating 22, segment rating 43. Shannon Moore 49, Christopher Daniels 48. Again, both very on par with each other, but as you can see there, Shannon Moore sustained a cracked tailbone. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouch. Thank you, Johnny Ace. So, we kick off. Oh, I hate this bit. There we go. Oh, I hate that bit. We kick off the pay-per-view with Shane and Eric already in the ring. Shane McMahon says, "Welcome to the Bash. We have an amazing show for you tonight and some surprises ahead. Who will be the last man standing tonight and become the World Heavyweight Champion?" And speaking of championships, you can see here I have the WCW TV title in my hands. And you guessed it, it will be back on weekly television. Tell them all about it, Eric. Eric says, this title has had a lot of history in this company. This title will be defended every week. If a competitor can't defend it, then they will vacate the title and a new champion will be crowned that night. So without further delay, seeing as the title is already in the ring, let's crown our champion right now in a 10-man battle royale. So the TV title is back. It will be defended every week. No hiding place. Kicks us off with a 75 segment rating. Pretty decent. And got us off to a strong start. So we move into that 10-man battle royale. And in a decent match, Davey Boy Smith won a battle royale in 15-20. The order of elimination was AJ Styles first, then Tajiri, then LA Parker, then Mike Sanders, then Shane Helms, then Billy Kidman, then BG James, then Sean Stasiak, and finally Hugh Morris. Davey Boy Smith wins the WCW World Television title. Wrestling rating of 53, crowd rating of 39, and the segment rating a decent 62 for 10-man battle royal. So Davey Boy Smith re-debuts in WCW and wins the battle royale and is your new WCW World Television Champion. He debuted his British Bulldog gimmick and he got an initial rating of adequate. Davey Boy was penalised due to effects of going through personal issues. But I will take that, a 62, and we have a new WCW World Television title champion. But after a match, in a poor 2-minute angle, we saw a brawl between Davey Boy Smith and Hugh Morris. So after Hugh Morris was the last one to be thrown out, Davey Boy's got the title in the ring. Hugh Morris takes exception to that. I think he's taking exception to Davey Boy being back in the company. He jumps in the ring and he takes out Davey Boy before he can continue his celebrations. We then move into the next match, where we have a decent match where Juventud Guerrera defeated Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Psychosis in 2056 when Juventud Guerrera pinned Psychosis with a Michinaku driver. Juventud Guerrera wins the WCW World Cruiserweight title. 58 rating, wrestling rating, 40 crowd rating, 65 segment rating. Guerrero 63, Psychosis 61. Guerrero 61 and Psychosis are 50. So Juventud Guerrera is your new Cruiserweight champion. And after the victory, he's joined in the middle of the ring with Psychosis and the leader, Conan, and the cartel stand tall with gold around the waist of Juventud Guerrera. Conan said he was putting the tag team division on notice. Before he even gets to the tag team division, the cartel already have gold. What does this mean moving forward for the cartel? 47 segment rating. We then have that grudge match where we have David Flair versus Lance Storm, and in a decent match, David Flair defeated Lance Storm in 15 minutes by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. Wrestling rating 55, crowd rating 46, segment rating 62. David Flair only having an in-ring performance of 39, but Lance Storm a 72. That is better than what I thought I was going to get. And Lance Storm clearly doing a lot of the legwork there with 72. But we will take that. 55 wrestling, 46 crowd and a 62 segment rating with a 39 performance in there. David Flair gets a pay-per-view win over Lance Storm. But after the match, David Flair starts to beat down Lance Storm with a pipe. The lights go out, and when they come back on, Nelson Knight, Crowbar, and the Masked Man are in the ring. David Flair stops and looks worried until a smile comes across his face and he hugs the Masked Man. After that, the four of them continue to beat down Lance Storm. So it seems these four are now aligned. But who is the Masked Man? 51 segment rating. Decent little rating there. And again, these guys seem to be now all in cahoots. We then have the Natural Born Thrillers. They are in the ring. They say they are still waiting for some challengers to take them up on their offer. There's still no one coming out. As they then say, fine, we will get paid anyway. Let's go. As they start to walk towards the ropes, some music starts to play. The crowd recognise the music and get excited. The camera pans back to the Natural Born Thrillers, who don't look too pleased. 45 segment rating. But who is the challengers? And it is, oh, what a rush. The Road Warriors are here. And in a decent match, the Natural Born Thrillers defeat the Road Warriors in 16 minutes when Chuck Palumbo pinned Road Warrior Animal with a super kick. Natural Born Thrillers make defense number 3 of the WCW World Tag Team titles. Wrestling rating of 56, crowd rating of 44, a segment rating of 67. Sean O'Hare had a 56, Chuck Palumbo had a 56, Road Warrior Hawk had a 56, and Road Warrior Animal had a 58. The Road Warriors are in WCW. They have fallen short, but you can guarantee this is not going to be the end of the Road Warriors. But the Natural Born Thrillers do come out on top and they retain their gold. But they had to work for this one. There was no squash matches. We then get a video package of Buff Bagwell and Rob Van Dam hyping up their rivalry over the last few weeks. We see when Buff Bagwell attacked Rob Van Dam. 54 segment rating. Rob Van Dam benefited from having a groundswell of public support. So the video package leads into the match, where in a decent match, Rob Van Dam defeated Buff Bagwell in 1829 by pinfall with a frog splash. Rob Van Dam wins the WCW United States title. Wrestling rating of 64, crowd rating of 51, and a segment rating of 69. Buff Bagwell a 50 in-ring rating, Rob Van Dam a 78. Buff Bagwell was not happy about this one bit and he wanted me to change the ending, and I still ran with it. He does have a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks left of his contract. Do we keep him around, guys? He's been penalised due to being extreme poor form. He's on a lot of money. Do we keep him? Because he is recognised as a star in this group at the minute. Or do we cut our losses, let him loose, and bring someone else in? Let me know. But your new United States champion is none other than RVD. So tonight, we've already had Davey Boy Smith debut. We've had the Road Warriors debut. So we then get to the main event, where Booker T has a big entrance. Fireworks, lighting. He's enjoying every bit of it. Got a 75 segment rating. Diamond Dallas Page has received a morale boost because of the success of the storyline idea. Booker T received a morale boost because of the success of the storyline idea. Booker T improvised well throughout the segment. Booker T has made it to the ring and he's ready for the main event. But before the main event kicks off, we see two people coming to sit on the front row. We see Kurt Hennig and Don Callis sit down and stare down Booker T as Booker T looks slightly confused. But he won't take his eyes off these two. 75 segment rating. Kurt Hennig's debuted his arrogant heel gimmick and he got an initial rating of great. Don Callis his Weasley gimmick and he got adequate. Kurt Hennig is the newest member to join WCW and he's here to watch this main event. And speaking of the main event, In a bout that fantastic heat and great wrestling, Booker T defeated Diamond Dallas Page in a last man standing match in 15 minutes when Diamond Dallas Page could not beat a 10 count after a bookend. Booker T makes defense number 2 of his WCW World Heavyweight title. Wrestling rating of 74, crowd rating of 75, and a segment rating an 81. Diamond Dallas had a 66 and Booker T an 83. They were both getting visibly tired towards the end. Booker T retains, but we do have new members in WCW. Kurt Hennig taking a keen interest in this main event. I believe this show's been pretty decent. Our best show so far has been a 79. Can we beat the 79? We don't. It's not quite as good as the last show, but a 77 overall rating, we will take that. It's increased our popularity in 22 regions. We continue to grow. We need to get more star power in, and we are trying to do that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this pay-per-view. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Do we keep Buff Bagwell? What do you make of the new signings? Are you excited for the television title to be back? The Road Warriors made an appearance. Please comment, like and subscribe. It helps to get my channel out there so I can get to do more of this. I've been CP Gaming. Until next time.